Sicario, Dia del Soldado is really a sequel that I would have never expected to see because the first movie is completely standalone. It is an amazing movie from beginning to finish, and its tale is over in the first movie. So there's really no need to make a sequel, but someone in power said, Benicio del Toro was pretty much a real badass in this movie. Can we make another one with him? And they're like, okay, I'll see what I can do. And the writer, Taylor Sheridan, threw something together, and now you have Sicario, Dia del Soldado.
You want to see this thing through? I'm going to have to get dirty.
Dirty is exactly why you're here.
You're going to help us start a war.
With who?
Everyone. No rules this time.
So the original Sicario was directed by Denis Villeneuve, probably my favorite director that's working right now, and it was, shot in a cinematographer of Richard Deakins, and, they are two of the best, filmmakers around. So right off the bat, you're not going to get the same sort of movie with the sequel. Even though it's written by the same person and has a lot of the same actors. I mean, the director is instead Stefano Sollima, and he is not as good a director as Denis Villeneuve, and that's just a fact. So it's nothing against him, it's just Denis Villeneuve is amazing. So, I mean, a lot of the movie felt like he was trying to mimic the style of the first movie. And he does some of it okay, but on the whole, it falls short. And that's the thing, if I watched this movie and had nothing to compare it to, I think I would have liked this movie more. But because I loved the Sicario, I couldn't help but compare it to it. And every step of the way, it falls short. And it's too bad, But I mean, it is, it's not really a fun movie, though. So it's not like a piece of throwaway enjoyment because, I mean, again, the first one is tough to watch because you're put in the original, the viewer is following Emily Blunt, and she goes through some horrible things, and she's your main character, and you're following her the whole time, and you really feel almost like you are her because of how it's filmed and how everything is done. I mean, it's amazing. And in this one, you don't really have a main character. I guess you could say that Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin kind of share the main character role, but then you don't get to know anything about either of them. The only thing you get to know about Benicio del Toro is what you knew about him in the first film, that he's an assassin after a cartel killed his family, and he was originally a reporter, or a lawyer, his original lawyer. The only thing you know more in this one is that his daughter was deaf. And it's just kind of throwaway. The whole idea is that in this movie is that, again, the setup is actually really good, where they have a terrorist attack, and one of the terrorists got through the Mexican border, traveling through Coyote that's controlled by the gangs and the cartels. And the first opening scene is brutal. And I really like the idea to set it up so that now they have no rule. They can do whatever they want. But then they never follow through with it. Like I say, there's no rules. Just do whatever. Start a war with the cartels. And then it kind of falls flat. It's like, oh, you did that? Program over. And it's like, but you said no rules. And it's like, at a certain point in the movie, it falls completely flat in its face. Because, the whole idea of the terrorists disappear. It's weird. It's like they forgot the setup of the movie. At a certain point, one of the characters even says some aside, oh, the other terrorists weren't even through the Mexican border. They're American, so program over. And it's that's stupid. Just, why do that? Just follow the terrorists. That's a good idea. And instead, it just becomes, it's just like Mario following the princess from castle to castle. While they have the idea that to start a war, they kidnap the daughter of the Reyes cartel. and then they try to put it on one of the other cartels. But then that doesn't really do anything. There's no war starts between them. And then there's this whole thing where they try to bring her across the border and the police are corrupt and they try to stop them, so they kill the police. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel like they're actually trying to start the war. It feels like a mess. That's my biggest problem with the movie, is that it feels messy. And in the original, even when crazy things are happening, it never felt messy. And again, there are scenes throughout the movie where they're trying to mimic what Sicario did. Especially with the highway scene when they're trying to cross the border, and like you feel that tension build and build and build and then explode. And they try to do that, and they just don't quite do it. It's just like they don't have that tension that they were able to get in the first one. But it's not a horrible movie. I mean, it's still a good movie in parts. Like, I mean, I still liked watching it, but it's just every time I just couldn't help comparing it to the first one. And this is tougher than other movies because this is not like an enjoyable action flick. Even though this action is really more of a drama, because I mean, when the action happens, it's brutal and almost like kind of realistic, so that it's like it's tougher to watch. It's not like an enjoyable shoot 'em up. So you have to critique it more as a film, and I think it just doesn't stand up. Like, I mean, it doesn't. Again, it's not a horrible movie, but it's just I wouldn't highly recommend it. Even if you're a fan of the original. I mean, you can still then catch it eventually. It's not bad, but I give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Like, I mean, it's filmed competently, and this acted well, and I liked a lot of things they did. Like they do some expected things, but it doesn't compare to the original, and that's just too bad. But thanks for watching. You can check out the other playlists on my head and subscribe to me over there. Thanks.